What's up guys, KOF TJ Combo here, and this is going to be my first video on my channel. In the near future, I'm going to be uploading KOF content from tips, tricks, guides, etc. So, on this video, we're going to be looking at the FES units of the KOF All-Stars. Let's begin. Let's begin with the blue units. So, in my blue units, we've got Orochi Leona. So, honest thoughts, I'm not really thrilled about her core effects. Yeah, she does recover health from critical damage, but the numbers are just low. And also, the, the decreased amount of base cooldown of his skill ability by 0.6 is nothing really crazy. She do, however, ignore guard with her first skill, the Grand Saber EX. She also gains super armor in there, but overall, she's quite a niche pick, to be honest. She's not really fast, and her space control is just lackluster. She's heavily overshadowed by other FESs that I'm gonna be talking about. Next, we've got Zero. Zero is one of the most versatile FES units because of his increases his active skill damage by 20% for 5 seconds upon landing summon Chrysalid, and 100% chance to reset cooldowns, and can increase his attack for 10 seconds and reflect stun effect when attacked. This is really super good against other character. The only drawback of him is that he's somewhat squishy, and the animations are really slow. Let me show you guys. So look at his first skill. His first skill is very slow compared to P0, which I'm gonna be talking about later. His second skill is also really slow. Look at it. That's really slow. And this one, his third skill. To be honest, this third skill, even if it's activated, it is very telegraphed, guys. It's very telegraphed, easy to read. But he do have some nice skills though. Like for example, his third skill can reset his second skill. He also gained hyper armor on that, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. He's an okay character for me. Next, we've got Mukai, the Petrify King. So, his core effects is this. Battle Instinct is really good on him. 50% chance to petrify enemy for 1.4 seconds when attacked with a 12-second cooldown. That's really good though. And that's the only core effect that I can really highlight that is amazing to him, because there are many, also I'm gonna say it again, there are many characters that are overshadowing this guy. But he do have some pretty good skills, like this second skill, the Tensho EX. He gains hyper armor for 3 seconds. And this one is pretty intense. His third skill, the Shikai. It petrifies the enemy for 1.5 seconds. That's real good though. And another thing is that his Tensho EX covers a lot of ground. And it's also a blast skill. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent character for me. So yeah. And then we have here from Gintama collaboration. This dude is really good. The core effects. Basically, he's a bleed type damage dealer. He can also decrease the target's attack and defense by 15% for 5 seconds upon attacking a bleeding target, and it doesn't have a cooldown. He's Juishishi. It doesn't have cooldown, so that's really good though. But what's amazing with this character is his skills. First one is his first skill, which surprisingly I thought it was a strike skill in the skill preview, but it's a blast, and he becomes immune to damage for 2.5 seconds. That's really huge. Not only that, in PvP he can also break target's guard for 40% chance to break target's guard upon landing a skill. That's pretty huge in PvP, to be honest. One of the strongest blue type characters. Next is here, his third skill. He also gains super armor. Not only does he have damage immunity, he also have super armor on his third skill. And he can also apply bleed damage here. 30% attack for every 1 second. To be honest, this character is one of the best blue units that you can get if you get him in the Gintama collaboration. Overall, amazing character. Next is Rock Howard. Rock Howard is a heavy rushdown character, to be honest. His core effects is here. This is something that it's interesting to Rock Howard. He gains attack and he scales. He gains attack from his defense. He scales with defense, guys. So probably gonna think Kaya set will be a good card set for him, which I'm gonna be talking about in the near future. But he's also a strong character because of his core effect, ancient martial arts plus martial arts, which has a reset cooldown. That's huge on his second skill. How is that huge? Because his second skill can ignore target's guard. 80% chance, that's high. And he also gains super armor. So that's really huge. And his first skill, which is his blast skill. This is really good because it disables enemy guard for 3 seconds. That's pretty huge, guys. And overall, a simple character but very, very strong. Next, do you have any blue characters? Blue Orochi Yashiro. If you think Leona is bad, this character is heavily overshadowed. I mean, in PvP, almost nobody ever uses Orochi Yashiro. That's really sad because he's a recover monster, guys. He's a recover monster. Not only that, his skills are all grab. So it's all about the grab game. But don't get me wrong, he can be a serious threat on other PvP matches. But overall, this character is heavily overshadowed, guys. Almost nobody ever uses Orochi Yashiro. So do you have any blue characters that I own? Okay. So yung codex. Do we have any blue characters? FES units. Oh, here. The Leona 12. Leona 12 is a monster, guys. You cannot believe me. She and Orochi Leona are miles away from each other in terms of strength and versatility, guys. That's because, first of all, his leader skill are great. Are good, not great, but good. But what she does shine is her core effects, the passive, military training. She gains hyper armor, guys. Not even super armor, hyper armor for 3 seconds upon attacking a poison enemy. And she also have a PvP exclusive, which disables target active skills for 3.5 seconds when an ultimate move receive ends. This is really huge. Oh my god. And also, unknown rank. This poison damage equal to 20% of attack for 5 seconds to the target when attacked. 20% chance to deal 2 times the remaining poison damage and remove poison effect. So it's basically a poison burst, his third skill. Also a great core effect for her. Her skill is, oh my god. His first skill can recover 2000 HP every 1 second for 5 seconds upon landing the skill. Wow. And he can also gain attack by 35% of her defense for 7 seconds when using a skill. This is pretty huge, guys, because she scales with defense. And his first skill can also accompanied with her unknown rank. That will deal a huge damage. Next is his Baltic Launcher. Baltic Launcher is her blast skill. It deals venom damage, which scales up the damage with her defense, and it also decreases power charge rate by 80%. Oof. It can also disable target's roll for 3 seconds. Even if you guard it, you can roll. So, next is her third skill. Deals venom damage for 5 seconds upon landing a skill, guard included. So, overall, this is one of the strongest characters. Not even in the blue section, but in the game, she's one of the best characters to deal with. The only problem is that she doesn't have a guard break. That's her only drawback. But overall, amazing character. Do you have any blue type characters? Okay. Next is Summer Night Mature. Summer Night Mature, I think for me, is in a weird spot because she's a very counter pick heavy character. That's all I'm saying. She's a very niche character, guys. Counter pick heavy because of her core effects. Look at this. She reflex freeze. So if you like use a skill that has a freeze effect, she will reflex it onto you. So that's pretty huge. And upon landing active skill, 100% chance to remove the target's super armor, hyper armor effect can apply it to itself. This is a PvP exclusive, and yeah. So units like Kula the lovely Kula, the FES units, she cannot fight Summer Night Summer Night Mature, to be honest. Again, super armored, and yeah. Oh, this is huge. Her second skill, 100% chance to ignore the target's card upon landing a successful attack. This is pretty huge, but I think it's unnecessary because it's a grab skill, and grab skills can go through guard. So I don't know what is the use of her 1% chance to ignore the target's guard, but okay, we'll take that. Overall, a heavy niche character. Very counter pick wise. Next is Lady Brian. Lady Brian is an interesting character. She's one of the recent FES units that have been added in the game. And she's a great character because, first of all, her leader skill, it grants 55% defense on lady fighters. So she's gonna make her team a bit tanky for me. She does. This is very interesting because of her core effects. Like here, number one superstar. She becomes immune to damage and resets active skill cooldowns for 6 seconds when HP is 1% or less. This is pretty interesting because she can be a comeback monster. She can be a comeback monster because of this skill. But the only drawback is you have to be at 1% health in order to activate the passive. That's a pretty huge drawback to her skill. So let's see her skills. This one though, her first skill, she gains super armor for 3 seconds. That's great. But here's the thing, she decreases the target's attack for 30% for 5 seconds. And she can use it while being attacked. So that's pretty huge. Next is her Brian Tornado. 70% to ignore target's guard. Amazing. And 70% chance to reset cooldowns upon a successful attack. That's pretty dope though. Next is Charging Pass, which again increases attack by 45% of defense for 5 seconds when using a skill. And in PvP, she disables the target's roll for 3 seconds. So so that skill, that passive that disables the target's roll, that's pretty huge, especially it's a blast skill. That's gonna be powerful in PvP. Okay, so do we have any FES units in the blue side? So that's it. And so that's it for my part 1 on reviewing FES units. So yeah, peace.